Stand by for Titanfall.
Hey there, Titanfall legends, my name is Gerdude, here with a bit of a collection of miscellaneous news. The review embargo for Titanfall 2 was lifted yesterday on Monday, and all across the board it has been receiving high praise. Most reviews have been somewhere in between an 8.5 to 9.5. Now, with video game reviews, or any reviews in general, you need to remember that it's just someone's opinion. However, it can be a good indicator a lot of the times. Luckily, this day and age, anyone can watch gameplay on YouTube, or tune into someone's live stream and see the game for themselves in order to make a more personal decision. It is really incredible, though, to see that Titanfall 2 is getting lots of love from pretty much every critic. Even the lowest score from the major gaming sites was Polygon, giving it a 7, but that's pretty good, and a couple of their arguments I found a little silly anyways. Switching topics, Vince Zampella, CEO and founder of Respawn Entertainment and art director at Respawn, Joel Emsley were guests on Nerdist Twitch live show today, and they talked about a few topics that I think are worth sharing. The first being eSports. Vince said, quote, "We discuss it all the time. It's one of those things where as much as you want that, it's a lot of work. So do you do it before you know whether the community kind of embraces it as a game they'd even want for esports? We've chosen to wait and put all our focus into making the game good." Unquote. From this, we can take away that they are not opposed to supporting competitive play, they're just going to wait a bit to see how the community reacts to the game first. They were later asked about virtual reality, and they have apparently tested Titanfall in the past. A point they mentioned that is probably the biggest issue with bringing Titanfall 2 to VR is just how fast-paced the game is. It would result in a fairly nauseating experience. But both Vince and Joel seem to be happy to talk about it, and they alluded to the possibility of it maybe coming true someday. Perhaps we'll get support in Titanfall 3. One question that I was surprised but glad to see addressed was asked by someone in the Twitch chat. He said, quote, "I'm a big Titanfall fan and player, but you, Respawn, had to take on, quote, the game that died really fast. How did you handle the feedback and move on?" Unquote. Vince answered by saying, quote, "I think that's a testament to the game being good, but people want more depth." Unquote. I wanted to bring this up because this has been what I've always personally said for the longest time. With Titanfall 2, it addresses this concern for many players by having more layers of content and customizability overall. I think the player base will remain for quite some time this time around. Maps were briefly talked about after being asked if Titanfall 1 maps will be returning. Of course, Angel City has been confirmed for release in December, but Vince said in regards to the question, quote, "I don't think we've announced any more as of yet," unquote. So that pretty much confirms that we will be seeing more Titanfall 1 maps be brought over to Titanfall 2. Then lastly, not exactly Titanfall related, but I was giddy when Vince pointed it out, was a question about their thoughts on Modern Warfare Remastered. Vince said, quote, "I'm excited. I haven't played it yet, and I hope they did a good job, and it looks like they did," unquote. Joel said, quote, "I think so. From what I've seen, it looks great," unquote. In case you didn't know, Vince created Call of Duty alongside a lot of the Respawn team, and COD 4 Modern Warfare was of course made by them. Today's question of the day: are you planning on playing Titanfall 2 competitively? Feel free to answer in the comments below or silently in your head. My name is Gerdude, and until next time, stand by for Titanfall.